It's just different.
Yeah. Fuck it, I'm stuck in my ways. Paper is all we about, nigga. All that beefing for the lame dudes. They just be running their mouth, nigga. Had me call a Brook and Rumble. Had them grimy niggas run up in your house, nigga. Cannon all up in your mouth. Ugh. Rick James on your couch. Whoa. Cheddar bang with the cloud. Ooh. Barry Blue with the account. Ooh. Only losers talking down, but looking up to me when I come around. That's why I got the crown. These dudes ain't ill, rapping they frail, nigga. That shit I can't feel, lacking the skill. I'm sleeping on rappers like Bill after the pill, yeah. Fuck is on your mind, boy. Came back to put you niggas back in line, boy. Get a good looking niggas on your side, boy. Oh, bitch, niggas, whole click a bunch of tomboys. God, Staten Island, yeah, it's mine, boy. I ain't trying, I just do it on the side, swear to God. How y'all in the booth all day and still playing catch up? You ain't even got a job. Defeat these niggas in my leisure. Beastin', rest in peace when I'm on that feature. Beastin', he's rapping, immaculate, feed him. Niggas G'ing him if they saying they seeing him. See me and my niggas one of a kind. Probably why everybody be so mad at us all the time. I ain't aiming at nothing, I'm just detonating the bomb. It's a brand new line since we messing with niggas' minds.
Fuck around and have a Billy in a Pico. Just a Rigo for a grip. Leave a nigga stitch on the lead low. To me, you niggas is fruit of the loom. They keep it brief though. We on leave a nigga brief form. I ain't meek though. See all of my niggas riding in the streets though. None of us ain't doing Willie. Start up on you like a hilly. I'm up in the semi, no bluff. It'll lift a nigga up. Try to tell the niggas that I be the one with the wave. Got a little shorty with the pose. In the stage, all my niggas black and with the white. A bunch of renegades. You ain't with the action on my life. You niggas just a rage. You ain't gotta act on with the shits, nigga. Messing with the flow, cause about how I flip, niggas. Stepping up the medication, get a dish, nigga. Barry with the bat, just hit me when you need a hit, nigga. Known fact, I'ma knock it out the park. CVS is lighting up the dog, you don't wanna see the spark. Pop a nigga, let us see the twirl. You can have the Allen, nigga, I'ma need the word. Known fact, I'ma knock it out the park. CVS is lighting up the dark, you don't wanna see the spark. Still gon' do it, give a fuck about who do it first. You can have the Allen, I'ma need the universe.
I create the way. These niggas riding around it. I create the way. These niggas riding around it. I create the way. These niggas riding around it. I create the way. These niggas riding around it. Yeah. Fuck it, I'm stuck in my ways. Paper is all we about, nigga. All that beefing for the lame dudes. They just be running their mouth, nigga.
Me and my niggas one of a kind. Greatest of all time. I create the wave. These niggas riding around it.
Boom shakalaka. My fault. I'm multitasking dad duties. You know what I mean? You already know the vibes. Who run the city? Tea time, Big Fin, Breezy. It is Friday. You know what I mean? Here you go. Gotta wait for it to load. Yeah, so you already know the deal. Got Snoopy behind me. You know what I mean? So before we get we get started, you know what I mean?
Hit that like button, please.
Yeah, hit that like button. Shout out to everybody in the building. I see you, Kev, on the YouTube check-in. Marlon on the YouTube check-in. Angelo Blue, we see you.
Shout to y'all.
We're going to take this time to remind y'all that we are a week away from the KVN fan games. You know what I mean? Knicks versus Nets fan games. September 10th, Saturday, 11 p.m., Pier 2, Brooklyn Bridge Park. You know what I mean? We outside. Pull up, ball out with your boys. You know what I mean? Have a good time. You know what I mean? Yeah. So I just wanted to take time out real quick to say that. You feel me? Oh, yeah. And you see the Cash App. Donations are more than welcome for food and beverages. You heard? So do the right thing like Spike Lee said. You heard? All right. So we here.
Let them know, Angelo, say, what should I bring, man? I like that energy, man. You show up in the next jersey for one.
Yeah.
Two, man, I'm glad you're showing up, man. Bring it whatever you can, man.
We appreciate anything that's brought. You heard? Like, don't let us tell you. We appreciate anything you bring. You heard? Cause like we like to say, like, this KVN shit is a family, man. Like, we do what family do. You heard? So boom, how you want to start, man?
Well, you can start. I seen they did a big three, and everybody in the East Coast that had a big three, and the Knicks, they weren't on it. How you feel about that?
I don't care.
Well, listen, they got us, Ben Simmons, Kyrie Irving, KD. They got Miami, Butler, Hero,
Hero is not a big, bro.
but no, I'm just saying what they're saying.
Yeah, I know.
They got Milwaukee, respectfully, with Drew Holiday,
Yeah.
Middleton, Giannis. They had Miami. I said they got us. That's three. Um, who else? I said Milwaukee already. Um, and it was eight other teams. It was like five other teams, and and it was all East Coast. And
Yeah.
I guess they wouldn't consider the Knicks a big three yet. So
I wouldn't
I don't know.
consider Miami a big three. Tyler Hero's not a big. He's not. He's not a star. You feel me? Like he doesn't put up star numbers in no way, stretch, shape, or form. But that's neither here nor there. I don't care. You feel me? Like why would I feel any kind of way about that? Right? Like they've been bigging Tyler Hero up for no reason, and they've been hating on the Knicks forever. And I don't think we in that space yet where we should be considered to have a big three. You know what I mean? So there's that.
I mean, I think based off reputations, it's easy to say that Kevin Durant, Kyrie Irving, and Ben Simmons is a big three, but I feel like all players have something to prove. And it'd be nice to see them do it this season, honestly. You know, the big three been coined, I guess, since when, because there's been three stars before LeBron, Bosh, and Wade. But I think that's when they coined the term three
Celtics.
stars. Yeah, way more. Oh, they coined the term with the Celtics?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, with KD, Kevin Garnett, and who was it? Paul Pierce.
Yeah.
Well, no, sorry, I said KD. KG, yeah, that's two. Same
Yeah,
player.
KG, Paul Pierce, and Ray Allen.
And Ray Allen, yeah.
That was the big three.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And then after that, Miami, Braun formed Miami. That's what they said too. They said that he formed Miami because he couldn't get past Boston.
That's a fact. That's 100% fact. You feel me? Like, I mean, he was not beating those guys. Like, not they were in the latter stages of their prime, but him alone, and Cleveland did a horrible job building a team around LeBron James to combat what the Celtics had. Like, they did a horrible job. So I don't even blame him for leaving. You feel me? Like, I don't blame him. Like I don't blame him for leaving. I don't even blame him for joining up with Chris Bosh and D Wade. I think it hurt his legacy a little bit, but I don't blame him for that. The only time I had a little issue with LeBron is when he got to Miami and started super flopping. That's I was like, yeah, I can't rock with that.
Yeah, I understand that when it comes down to having a winning formula on the team, you do definitely want to have somebody in the post, somebody on the perimeter. You know what I mean? You don't want to have a big three and all of those fixed on the paint or fixed in the back court. Even with Golden State, they got two guards and they got Draymond. You know what I'm saying? That's their big three. But I'm only saying that to say that the expectations of the Nets are really high with KD coming back to the team, and I guess us figuring that part out. But at the same time, as a fan, I still feel like they got something to prove. You know, y'all know me. I'll jump out the window and say we're gonna win 5 championships in 10 years. I'm not there right now. You know, right now, realistically, I would like to see us play 44 games together one season with 7-11, and hopefully Ben Simmons could play half of the season or more. So if our 3 stars could play half of the season or more, I feel like we got a good chance at being 1 through 6. You know, health has been a concern for the Nets since KD got here. I kind of knew that when KD first got here, but with COVID, I don't think nobody expected that. But again, this seems to be no excuses, nothing in the way, no COVID, no nothing, no injuries.
Well, COVID's still here, bro. COVID's still here.
Do you think at the end of the season though they kind of tailed off for making players
I
be
think
out because of COVID?
I think because so many players was out that, antibodies. Niggas wasn't catching it like that. You feel me? Like, it was so many people. Like, once you get it, you supposedly have the antibodies to COVID. So, like, I think that's what slowed a lot of it down, is because a lot of people had the antibodies. You feel me?
Yeah.
But it's still out there. I don't know what the rules is. Yeah, I mean, going into next season revolving the COVID protocol, but hopefully we don't have nowhere near what we had last season because that was crazy. Uh, like COVID literally shook the landscape of the standings. You feel me? Like so, let's hope that don't happen again. But yeah, the expectations are high for y'all is because it's names. Everything about your team is names, bro. Like everything is
Hit that
about
like
names.
button, y'all.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I mean, y'all need to.
That like sign, hit that like
Yeah.
button, man. Please.
So,
Not the YouTube.
like, even like T.J. Warren, that's a name. Seth Curry, that's a name. Patty Mills, a name. You feel me? Like, it's a lot of
Strong pieces, strong role players.
it's
Way
a
better
lot of
than Bland.
names. I
Yeah,
will
very-
say is a lot of names at the very least. You feel me? Like, and that's where the expectation comes from is the names attached to those players. You feel me? So,
absolutely.
so
No,
yeah, that
rightfully so. Those expectations is there. I mean, I don't. I agree with it. But at the same time, it's about the meeting that Kevin Durant and Nash had, and hopefully they see eye to eye about how they should go forward with the rotation and the roster. Because as a fan, you wonder like why he ain't getting in the game, why Patty Mills getting minutes over him, and why he not playing. I did a lot of that with Cam Thomas and Patty Mills, and you know, hopefully we could. I used to say be cohesive and we all on this. That's what I'm looking for, all on one accord. The rosters can mean in the video game is different. You know what I'm saying? You control that, but in real life, it's nice to have all of those names on the roster. But let's see how healthy we are and how strong we are as a union. I'm anxious, but I do feel like we are 1 through 16. I mean, Cleveland just got stronger. Y'all ain't get the Donovan Mitchell. Y'all ain't get Donovan Mitchell. And he went to Cleveland. I feel like the East got tougher. I feel like the East got tougher when Donovan Mitchell.
I feel like for one, again, I don't know if you saw my lives that I did. I did a live yesterday. Me and Kev did a live earlier today.
I missed that one.
Yeah, and I'm gonna say it again here. I'm happy that we didn't get him. I'm relieved that this is over. Like I was one of those people from the jump that's like, if he come, he come. If he don't, okay. You feel me? And I'm happy it's over because the asking price for Donovan Mitchell was way too much. I feel like Cleveland gave up way too much for them not to be a top 4 team in the East. I don't think they're a top 4 team in the East. Still, even with Donovan Mitchell, I can give you the 4 teams right now that's better than them. You got Boston, Miami, the Sixers, and I'll put you guys better than them. You feel me? And Milwaukee. So that's 5 teams, right? That I feel that's better than the Cavs. And arguably, I feel like we could be in that conversation with them no matter what nobody thinks, right? And then you give up all that. And to further my argument, I don't even think they're a top 8 team in the entire NBA. Because I think the Suns are better, Golden State, Clippers are healthy, and the Nuggets, because they're getting DeJounte Murray back.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, not DeJounte Murray. I forgot the Murray kid name over there.
Jamal Murray.
Yeah, Jamal Murray. Yeah, that's 4 teams in the West that's better than them. You feel me? So they're not even a top 8 team in the whole entire NBA, not top 4 in the East. And they gave up essentially 6. Like, I'm gonna break it down again how I did on my show, right? They gave up 3 unprotected first rounders, right?
Mm-hmm.
And 2 pick swaps. Wait, 3. Let me say it like this: 3 unprotected first rounders. The pick that they got in the lottery this year, the Ochia kid, I can't pronounce his name. He's a lottery pick. So essentially, technically that's 4 unprotected picks if you think about it, right? And 2 pick swaps. So that's 6 draft picks. Colin Sexton, who's not a scrub, the kid is a very good young talent, and Laurie Marketing, which is another solid young talent.
Mm-hmm.
And they gave up all of that, and they're not a championship contending team.
I think they are. I think
no, because me and you differ. We differ in what we think the definition of a championship contending team is.
Let's talk about it.
My definition, if bro, they're not even top 4 in the East. How are you championship contending?
I think that the play-in spices things up.
That don't make you a my fault. Go ahead.
And they felt that they were really close last season. And I think when it comes down to championship contending team, to how you say, to get to the point fast, right? I feel like it's up to the ball, like the GM in the front office. Those guys decide whether or not they trying to compete for a championship or not, and they try to base their roster on it. Trust me, getting Donovan Mitchell on Cleveland, they definitely got aspirations to take it further than the play-in next season. You know, I think that's why they acquired him. That was the acquisition. So, the reason for the acquisition. So even if your opinion is they did not the top.
Yeah, my point is this: just because you make the playoffs, in the playoffs, don't make you a championship contending team. That don't mean you. So right. my point is this: when you're a championship contending team, you have a realistic chance at making the championship. Like, I don't think they have a realistic chance at becoming NBA champions. Like, you can't tell me, like, they don't beat none of the 8 teams that I just mentioned ahead of them in a 7-game series. They don't beat none of those guys.
Yeah, I'm careful. I tread lightly to say who will be who. We got sweat.
So all I'm saying is they're not a championship contending team, and what they gave up was a lot for them not to be a championship contending team. You know, and I'm kind of shocked. The day after, and seeing like the media talk heads and everything and their reaction, aside from Stephen A. Smith, most of them are kind of like, yeah, I respect the Knicks for not pulling the trigger. You feel me? Because if you're gonna give up, and pretty much I'm pretty much summing up what how I feel everybody described it in one and paraphrasing, right? So they're like making a trade, setting away that much stuff to bring in Donovan Mitchell says that you believe that your team is in the space that they can make a realistic run at a championship.
I think they feel that way.
Yeah. And what Keon Johnson said it. He was like, and if you look at the Knicks or the Cavs, neither one of them are in a space where they are ready to make a realistic run at a championship. If the Knicks would have gave away everything that the Cavs gave away, if you look at some of the trade packages that was offered, and we offered them some stuff, you feel me? But we're gonna get into that. They would have killed the Knicks. Oh, the Knicks are so desperate. They gave away all this, and they not gonna do this X, Y, and Z. But it's nothing but praise for the Cavs, and they're not even top 4 best in the East. And they're getting praised for something that we would have got killed for.
I think.
Yeah.
I'm listening. No, go ahead. I'm listening.
So now to go on to what the things that we offered, we reportedly, I'm gonna say allegedly and reportedly, offered some stuff. R.J. Barrett, Obi Toppin, Emmanuel Quickley, 3 unprotected first rounders was the first offer that the Knicks gave to the Jazz. Mm-hmm. Danny Ainge said nah. So to me right there, that just proves that, he didn't have no good faith in trying to trade with us in the first place. Because to me, I think that is way more than a fair trade for one guy.
Right. I thought it was the hard rule.
I would have hated for that trade to happen. I'm against that. You feel me? But it was offered, and Danny Ainge said no. To take pretty much the similar deal, because in my mind, it's kind of the similar deal to me that the Cavs gave him. You know what I mean? Colin Sexton would be R.J. Barrett. Laurie Marketing would have been Obi. The Uchiha kid would have been Emmanuel Quickley. and the 3 unprotected first rounders. It's pretty much the same deal.
I mean, I don't think that Donovan Mitchell did that much on Utah for that asking price. I think he is a good player, but far as expectations in his draft pick, I do feel like he exceeded expectations. I could say he either lived up to it or he exceeded. I'll say that, but that asking price is steep, for lack of better words. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So,
I mean, and I said that too. I said that's a lot to give up for a guy who's never made it past the second round. Yes, he put up the numbers. It looks nice. You feel me? It's like Michael Jordan throwing up 63 against the Celtics and losing. Who cares? You lost. It's impressive. We still talk about it, but you lost. You feel me? And he's never made it past the second round. And bro, you don't give up those kind of assets for somebody that you don't know that's gonna, like, in my mind. I give up those kind of assets for prime LeBron because I know I'm going to the finals. I give up those assets for prime Kawhi. I know I'm going to the finals. I give up those assets for prime Steph because I know my chances of going to the finals are super high. I give up those assets for prime, well, he's still in his prime, the Greek Freak, because I know my chances are super high. He's arguably the best player in NBA right now. So to give it up, and Donovan Mitchell, no knock against him. You feel me? He's a hell of a player. But excuse me. But he's not even. He's maybe top 15 in the NBA. Maybe top 15. And then, it's kind of sad to see some fans acting like the world is crumbling because we didn't get Donovan Mitchell. Like, it's not. We'll be all right. We in a very good space, bro. We in a very good space for the future. You can't be so nearsighted, man. And I just want to give another shout out to the front office for not panic trading. You feel me? For not pressing the panic button and try to trade everything away to bring this guy here so we could be stuck in limbo and without being able to improve ourselves. Look.
Okay, shout out to Fred Sass. I seen Fred Sass. He did a video about Donovan Mitchell injuries. That was a dope video. Shout out to Fred Sass. That was a dope video.
Yeah, shout out to my guy. You already know the vibery. But yeah, I will say this, I seen a few Knicks fans, in their sorrows talk about who's going to guard Donovan Mitchell, Jalen Brunson. Just want to let y'all know, in the playoffs, Jalen Brunson bust Donovan Mitchell ass. You feel me?
Okay.
Gave him buckets, averaged 27 points a game in 6 games against them. In 6 games against Utah, he averaged 27 points a game against Donovan Mitchell. So yeah. Who's going? And another thing that bothered me too, I watch all the people who try to clown the Knicks for trading, try to get Donovan Mitchell and be like, oh, what they gonna do with a 6'2" or 6'1" shooting guard and a 6 foot or 5'10" point guard? Like, they do realize Darius Garland is 6'1", right? He's listed as 6'1", so he's probably really 6 feet. Mm-hmm. Donovan Mitchell ain't grow none. He's still gonna be 6'2", 6'1". That's still a very small backcourt, but they're going to be the second coming of the best dynamic dude that's supposed to hit the NBA. And neither one of them play defense.
Who you talking about? Donovan and
Yeah. Neither one of them play defense. And then you got the sports talk heads talk about how great the defense of the Cleveland Cavaliers are going to be. Right. When their perimeter players can't guard nobody. Both of them.
But I think they feel like they could get away with it because of Evan Mobley and Jared Allen, like they the new Twin Towers or something. And I'm
Foul
not
trouble.
saying right. I'm not saying that they not, but in contrast, I'm glad that the Brooklyn Nets loaded up on the wings. You got, and I think we kind of took the page out of Toronto Raptors book, just having big wings on the perimeter, helping out, being help defenders, not isolating a primary defender in the paint, kind of a help defense we're going towards. And I can see us, becoming a bigger team than we were last season. And the smallest players we got on our team is Cam Thomas, and he's like 6'4", Patty Mills, and Seth Curry. So the East, in my opinion, got bigger this season with the more so the trades or whatnot, and I just feel like Cleveland feel like they could get away with it because they got Mobley and Jared Allen. And maybe you're right. Maybe Jared Allen and Mobley they get into foul trouble because they small guards, and you know what I'm saying. They had to get rid of Sexton though. I see how it makes sense for Cleveland. Sexton didn't want to be there. I can tell you that, and I don't know. I mean, how well they do, and I don't want to count them in as a playoff team just yet. They gotta show me something.
I mean, with the emergence of Garland, it kind of made Sexton like super expendable. Yeah, I mean, like
expendable, a better word.
Yeah, so it made sense for them to trade Sexton, but I still think like he still has a decent amount of market value. So you add that with all the picks that you gave up. I saw him. I saw what he said.
You feel me?
Yeah. But I drink for real though. Like, so it don't have nothing to do with nothing. I like beer. I like drinking alcohol. And again, you saw you already know you talking spicy, but you already know I don't care about Donovan Mitchell not coming to the Knicks. So there's that. But cause he be seeing my lives. Jaffe be seeing my lives. He's seen the shit I be talking. But yeah. So that made him expendable, but it's all good. I don't care. I'm in a space where like I'm looking forward to the future. You feel me? Like if we don't make no moves, I think we're gonna see a lot of Cam Reddish. Cam Reddish this season. You feel me? And that's something I'm very excited to see. Alec Burks is gone, so that's 30 minutes that need to be that's 30 minutes that need to be distributed. You feel me? Right. That's 30 minutes that the team need to find some PT for, and I think that those minutes is going to go between him and Grimes. I think Grimes probably going to get the lion's share of those minutes. Excuse me, considering the fact that he was untradable, he was untouchable in the Donovan Mitchell trade. That just goes to show what the Knicks feel and think about him. That they was like, nah, I don't care if Donovan Mitchell is a 3-time All-Star. This kid is going to be something serious. You feel me? So I hope he get the start because of it. Honestly, I really think that the fact that Evan Fournier is a veteran and he get paid as much as he do, he's probably still gonna start. But I really hope Quentin Grimes do get the start. I hope we get to see a lot of Cam Reddish coming off the bench. I just think like the team doesn't have any like super big names, but I think that the way that the roster is compiled is very solid, bro. Like, we are definitely I think we're a solid team, and we're gonna be a win by committee team, bro. I think it's understated the stability that Jalen Brunson is gonna bring to us at the point, and we're gonna win a lot of those games that we lost last year. You feel me? In the fashion that we lost, we're gonna win a lot of those games. I see RJ Barrett taking a 2 to 3 point jump per game this season because he actually has a point guard this year. Mm-hmm. I see Julius Randle being more efficient because he actually has a point guard this year. Same thing with Evan gonna benefit from that. So will Quentin Grimes. Some point guard that can break down defense on a consistent basis and that's a scoring threat and that could also pass. We did not have that over the last 2 years. Right. Until Derrick Rose came And that's when we went on that run, and we made the playoffs because of it. Now we don't have to lean on Derrick Rose. We got Jalen Brunson. Emmanuel Quickly is taking amazing strides as a point guard. It's gonna get crazy.
No, I hear you, man. I feel like it's gonna be very competitive in the East. I still feel like the Atlantic Division is the toughest division in the East. 4 out of 5 teams went to the playoffs, man. I mean, and then the way you talking, it might be 5 out of 5.
Yeah.
I mean, at the end, but
I'm sorry. I just want to answer Jaffe. ESPN didn't have us making the playoffs the year before last neither, bro. And look how that turned out. That's all I'm gonna say. Yeah, go ahead. My fault.
No, I feel like the East got bigger, and the significance of me keep saying that is I'm parlaying it to a conversation to say that small guards are almost obsolete nowadays. The shortest player in NBA history was Muggsy Bogues, who's 5'3". Then you got Earl Boykins, he was 5'5", and then somebody Mel Hirsch, he was 5'6". Spud Webb, we all know and love Spud Webb. And my point is that these small guards in the NBA are becoming obsolete, where you don't see them anymore. I think the smallest guard right now in the NBA, and I didn't fact check it, I will now, but I think it's Isaiah Thomas, and he's damn near out the league. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And not only is the East getting bigger, but the NBA is getting bigger. And before, these players that were big point guards were phenoms. You got some of that with Pippen. Then you had Grant Hill. We had Tracy McGrady. Then Penny Hardaway. You know what I'm saying? Now they got 6'11" guys handling the ball, and Ben Simmons. You got KD, and they're not necessarily point guards. I'm just saying, over the years, you can see how the guy who handles the ball, the point guard, sometimes is now a bigger guard. I think the smallest player in the NBA is probably 6'3" or 6'4". And I'm saying that to say prior, it was maybe some teams had a player 5'11". You know what I'm saying, or around there.
Technically, they saying that that Brunson is listed at 6 feet, but he's really 5'10". You know what I mean? Like, okay. So there are some. Jamal Murray is not a tall guy. I think he's like 6'1". You feel me? Like, there's still a few people out there. You know what I mean? That's still on the shorter side. But I hear what you're saying. Like, height is a value talent in the NBA. You feel me? Like, it just expands the things that you be able to do. It expands what a team is able to do as defensively. You feel me? Like, so.
It was him. It was Isaiah Thomas.
Yeah, Isaiah.
He's listed at 5'9".
Yeah,
and he's out the league.
He might be really like 5'7". Like, they list him as 5'9", but he might really be 5'7", because they be lying about height all the time.
Yeah, JJ Barea, they said him too.
Yeah, he's out of the league though. Is he?
Yeah, he's 5'10". And I'm just saying that to say the better teams are the bigger teams. You know what I mean?
That's not always necessarily true though.
No, let's get into it then. But what I'm saying as a trend going forward, that's what it looked like definitely on the East Coast. I'm not speaking so much on the West Coast, but more definitely on the East Coast.
So
the better teams are the bigger teams.
The NBA, the current NBA champions, Golden State Warriors, they play a lot of small ball. Looney is not a tall center. I think he's like 6. He's like 6'10". He's like 6'10". That's not terribly tall for a center. That's kind of being undersized at the 5.
I think they carry 6 feet.
And then you got when Looney goes off the court, they move Draymond to the 5, and he's 6'9".
But they mastered it though. That's only them. They the ones with the blueprint. But the Warriors, outside of them, small ball is obsolete. I mean, I see a lot of
Not really.
copycats.
There's a lot of teams that still play a lot of small ball. You feel me?
Are
It's
they
still.
winning? Do you think
I
they're
mean,
winning more than the bigger teams?
I mean, oh, you talking about winning games? Yes, that's why they do it, because it works.
Cool.
You feel me? Like, most teams have a small ball lineup because it works. You feel
No,
me? In
I'm
certain
saying
situations,
like who? Like, because
most
okay,
teams, like if you
look, Boston is a big team. Toronto's a big team. The Brooklyn Nets, we went big this season. This is the biggest we've been since.
Boston play a lot of small ball lineups too. They play a lot of.
They just got Brogdon. I feel like he a big guard. He coming off of the bench.
So what I'm saying about small ball lineups is like, they're not small in every position. I'm saying like a small ball lineup is like, your big is not a prototypical center, and you're like regular sized everywhere else. You feel me? Like, so yes, they value height. They really value the heights more on the wings than anything. You feel me? The size and length. That's where it pause. That is crazy. Pause. Right?
Yeah, Joey.
So they like guys who has really long arms and height. So because for switching and stuff like that, right?
Yeah.
So that's where it's really valued. But I don't say as like a whole team, they really care that much. You know what I mean? Like, like as a whole team, they be like, yeah, we want a regular center, but we really want a guy like small forward to power forwards, but to be between that 6'7" to 6'9" range. That's where they really care about it at. Yeah.
I hear that. Also, and to add to that, just of the discussion of rosters, I'm wondering, was KD and Nash meeting was about, again, an emphasis on opening up the roster? Because with all of these names or talent on the team, you want to know who gets the playing time and how much playing time they're going to get. Based on what I've seen, Kyrie, KD, or Ben Simmons is not going to give us 82 games a season. And this is where I say Cam Thomas plays a big factor. He's going to, I think he could be the third or fourth leading scorer off of the team because of this fact. Maybe because of injuries, COVID, or just rest. You know what I'm saying? Kyrie and KD, they have to show me that they're going to play 44 games on the floor at the same time for me to believe it. You know what I mean? It's been 3 seasons. We only got 44 games. And I'm saying that to say that, roster-wise, Nash going to have his starting 5, but then he got the bench. And last season, he kept it a tight man rotation with 8. So I'm thinking, who's the first 3 players off the bench for the Brooklyn Nets? I think it should be Cam Thomas, Daron Sharp, Seth Curry. They might throw T.J. Warren in that mix. And I don't see them acquiring Royce O'Neal and him not being a 6th or the 7th man. You know what I mean? So I pretty much figured that the starting lineup would be Clax, Ben Simmons, KD, Kyrie, Joe Harris, and Kyrie. That would be, I'm guessing. And then the bench would be, I think Royce O'Neal might get minutes over Cam Thomas. I ain't gonna lie. Royce O'Neal might get 6th man. Cam Thomas might get 7th man. And maybe Patty Mills or Seth Curry get 8th man. I wonder how the rotation is going to be. I wonder how the minutes are going to be shared. But I do see Cam Thomas, Daron Sharp, Kessler Edwards getting minutes because of, not putting wear and tear on the veterans in Kyrie and KD. Y'all all said it, KD going into his 34th year. You know what I'm saying? How we can't burn them out. You know what I mean? So I'm interested to see Cam Thomas minutes go up and points go up. I got Cam Thomas scoring 20 plus points, from 15 to 20 plus points, and average of 5 assists. I do. So, I'm being honest.
I'm just trying to make sense of what you said, bro, because you said that he's going to be the 3rd or 4th leading scorer on your team.
I hope he is. Yeah, I hope he is.
So that means you believe that there's going to be 4 or more 20-point scorers on your team. How much basketball do you think there is to go around? So
no, I don't. No, No, and it depends. It varies. If he's scoring 15 plus, I think that the Brooklyn Nets are going. And it, what I will say going forward, Katie and Kyrie learned their lesson in saying they don't need a coach and playing ISO basketball. So I do, because of that, feel like the ball is going to get shared more. Yes, it's going to be more ball rotation, more touches before a shot is actually put up. And I think that's why Cam Thomas is going to get minutes. And I could see him being a fourth leading scorer after Ben Simmons. I could see a KD, Kyrie, a Ben Simmons, and a Cam Thomas after that. In teams, I don't feel like they. If it's like that, and he's the fourth leading scorer, I see him averaging in the teams, not necessarily.
All right, because I needed that to make sense. Because I'm like, if he's gonna be you saying he's gonna be the fourth leader scoring your team, but you got him averaging 20 points a game. That don't the math ain't mathing, bro. You feel me? Like that's a lot of basketball to be scored. You feel me? Like so. Yeah, I mean, I guess. You feel me? I guess. I don't think he's going to get that much PT. Not what you. I think TJ Warren kind of gets in his way in that regard. I still think that Patty Mills and Seth Curry is going to get that PT over him. You feel me? Like so, it's kind of. I don't know where that leaves him. You feel me? Like it's going to be very hard for him. It's gonna be very hard for him to see the floor. You know what I mean?
I beg to differ. I think he gets minutes because Patty Mills, we burnt him out last season. We can't do it again this season.
But
KD, we burnt them out last season. We can't do it.
But with the roster the way it is now, just looking at your roster, Patty won't have to play those kind of minutes anymore because you have a lot of different people. You have decent depth at those positions at the 1 and 2. That's so you don't need to play Patty that many minutes like he did last year. He's not playing 30 minutes a game anymore. Like he won't have to. He won't even be starting. You feel me? Like unless people get injured. So yeah. But but you know, there was one thing too that I wanted to talk about. I spoke about it earlier too. You know, especially since some of the people that I've seen speaking about it and trying to be funny is in the chat. Make it a big deal about, you know, the money that's being spent between R.J. Barrett, Jalen Brunson, and Julius Randle. I think it's like 350-something million. Bro, this goes to show me that y'all don't even understand what the the landscape of NBA contracts looks like right now. Like, y'all don't understand it, because if you think that's a joke or like we spending big money, then you really don't understand what the contracts look like. For one, no three of those guys. What do you see? This is what I'm saying. You want to be funny, but at least know what you're talking about. None of those guys are in the top 40 is highest paid in the NBA. Not one of them. R.J. Barrett is not even top 50 highest paid in the NBA. Not even top 50, right?
It's the most that y'all shelled out for 3 players at a time.
But that goes to show you what inflation is, and inflation. That's what the inflation is, right? But then you look at our total team salary. We 20th in the NBA as far as we 20th in the NBA as far as salary for teams go. 20th.
Okay.
Because you know why? Because guys are making money now. Like, y'all be like, 20 million, that's a lot of money. Bro, this is not 1999, bro. With a max, like, that would be a max contract for 1999. Like, it's not that. This is not 2010 where you still look at like, damn, he almost got a max. Ja Morant is making $38 million off his rookie extension, and that's not even really considered like a max contract. That's a rookie max. Like, $38 million. That's a rookie max.
I hear that.
So, and again, like I said, 20th highest paid out of 30 teams. That's what our payroll is. 20 highest paid. So you can't tell me about money. Oh, y'all spent all this money. What money, bro? Because that ain't real money. Don't nobody on my team make over 30 mil. Not one player. Not one player making over 30 mil. You feel me? Look,
Jay hilarious.
He's funny, but he's not making sense. You feel me? Like he's trying to be funny. He's not trying to make sense. Because the facts is in front of him. I'm giving him the facts. Yeah, spent all his money. We didn't spend no money. Really? 20 of highest paid? And we supposed to give these guys such big contracts? Nobody on our team is making over 30 mil. And we supposed to give such big high contracts to these guys?
Y'all know me. I don't care about the cap space. You're going to win or lose.
There's a whole bunch of chatting going on, but nobody really know what they talking about.
Oh, Nets fans definitely know what they talking about.
No, that's cap.
All the Nets fans know what they talking about.
Because your boy Jay said Donovan is going cook Jalen Brunson, but Jalen Brunson in the playoffs when it mattered most gave Donovan Mitchell the business and got him up out of there. So again, people not knowing what they talking about. Jalen Brunson against Donovan Mitchell in 6 games averaged 27 points against him. So what are you talking about?
Man, listen, you talking to them, man. Me personally, they gotta show me something. I'm from a show me state. KD, Kyrie, and Ben Simmons, they gotta prove something. And we know what our expectations is. Pretty much, we're looked at as a failure if we don't win a championship or at least make the NBA Finals. Either one of the two, as a fan, I feel like I could respect that. But anything less than that, I will feel disappointed, like I did this year. You know what I'm saying? I will feel disappointed. And as a fan, that happens sometimes. You know what I mean? You have high expectations for your team. They don't always see it through.
My boy Kev couldn't wait today. We got a call up.
That's right.
Kev, tell him what it is, Kev.
What's going on? Knicks run the city, you already know what it is. Knicks run the city, you already know what it is. But my question is, right? And I want Breezy to answer this.
Okay.
What have the stars got you?
We mean
Because
KD, Kyrie.
I really want to know, what did the stars get you? You spent mad money. You traded your future to get stars on your team. And what has it gotten you, Breezy?
He want me to answer? Or
I want to know.
Yeah, he said he wanted you to answer, bro. He said,
okay,
I want you to answer.
Well, KD and Kyrie
and
definitely.
don't come with no excuses, because really they haven't gotten you nothing.
Yeah, hold on. He answering, Kev.
Yeah, KD and Kyrie, them coming to the Brooklyn Nets brought energy, giving us an expectation to win it all. Before KD and Kyrie came to the Nets, we wasn't thinking about winning it all. We was just happy to make the playoffs.
What he said?
And
he said, "Oh, I forgot because he can't hear you because he on the phone."
I can hear him.
No,
I
talk about Kev.
Oh, okay, he can't hear me.
So he said,
okay.
So pretty much, Kev, he said that it gave them expectations, but he wasn't done talking yet. Yeah, he wasn't done talking yet. Yeah.
They gave us hope that we can actually be more than a playoff team, and we're not the underdog now. Now we're the favorite. That's what KD and Kyrie did. But Harden just put a hole inside of a ship named Championship. Harden did, in my opinion, more damage to the Nets more than KD and Kyrie.
All I will say is this: you got to stop saying Harden did that. Your GM did that. It's not Harden.
The Harden trade. I'll say that. The Harden trade.
Actually, don't say the GM, T-Time. All right? We got to say the stars did that.
No, I wouldn't say that.
Okay.
KD one star. KD one star had us 21-9 after 30 games. No, Randall never did that for the Knicks. Never.
Listen, yeah. Randall also don't make the kind of money KD make. The Knicks ain't never been top. The Knicks are not the top 4 in salary cap. You feel me? The Knicks doesn't have nowhere near as many, current all-stars and past all-stars on one team. And all that star power in second round, one time. Heard you.
And they get swept in the first round, and the leadership that they show on that team is trash. They have no leadership whatsoever, but they the stars.
Yo, Kev, appreciate you for calling up, Brody.
Did I answer his question?
What?
I guess. I mean, it was a horrible answer, but I guess. I mean,
that's what they brung. That's what they did.
So y'all spent all that money and got all those
got
stars.
us in first seed. He got us. We had us in first place for some of the season.
Y'all didn't finish in first, and y'all ain't make it past the second round. So that's Kev's point. You feel me? It's probably Jaffe. I feel it. Pause. Who run the city? Who took your shit?
You know who run the city? The Nets run the city.
Cat,
man.
Jaffe. I told you.
Shout out to Jaffe.
I told you it was Jaffe. I sensed it.
Shout out to Jaffe.
I told you about calling my phone capping, Jaffe.
Nah, cause I have to call him because your man Cav, he be capping so much, man. Like he worried about salary cap so much, but y'all $341 million in debt.
Bro, what are you talking about in
Like,
debt? We not.
What is he talking about?
No,
y'all
what-
gave Jalen Brunson $100 million.
Bro, see, this is what I'm saying. Y'all don't really know what y'all be talking about. You talking about we 300.
How we don't know what we talking about? Because
Bro,
we talking about salary cap.
Listen, well, we all
But
talk about salary
y'all
cap.
up there too.
So what? No, we not. We have 20.
Bro,
We have
y'all
the
getting there. $300 million
Bro,
is not there.
Listen to what I'm saying, bro. Like, we are 20th in the whole NBA in salary cap. 20th. With all that quote unquote money you claim we spending, not one of our guys are in the top 40 highest players in the NBA. So, and none of them make over 30 mil. So what you talking about? We in a hole? We not. We not.
Oh,
We not.
definitely.
Bro, listen, how we in a hole and there's only 30 teams in the NBA and we in the lower third of the NBA. How is that being in the hole?
Okay. How about
And most of our contracts are descending with team options.
Alright.
So
this
and
another
then
one.
wait. But wait, there's more, Jaffe. But wait, there's more. The new CBA is coming up in 2 years. We got a lot of guys coming off contract and all that. So our contract situation is actually very favorable. The fact that compared to the rest of the league that our salary cap is low and none of our players are getting paid ridiculously high. But go ahead.
Okay.
Continue.
Okay. So this is another one for your man, Kev. He said all the stars we got they got his nada, right?
Yo, you breaking up a little bit, Brody.
Y'all ain't even make the playoffs last season. He said all these stars we got us nothing. But y'all ain't make the playoffs last season. ESPN don't got y'all listed to make the playoffs next season. So what do you really think?
So you talking about this ESPN list?
But I'm mad about it myself.
So I'm gonna tell you this: the year before last, ESPN also had us not making the playoffs, and guess what happened? We made the playoffs. So I don't care about it. Don't tell me about an ESPN list because like they got the giant crystal ball that sees all the future. They don't. They actually super trash at making lists. Super trash. You feel me? They don't know what's going to happen.
Y'all got smacked by in the garden.
We got smacked by who?
So by Trae Young, by himself, handed smoke shot in the garden.
So listen, I know you ain't talking because we didn't get swept by Trae Young. Y'all got swept by Boston. Y'all got swept by
This
Boston.
ain't really for you.
Huh?
This for the man, Cat.
But you calling
This ain't
you
for
call
you.
no, it is for me, obviously, because you call it talking about the Knicks.
Those for you. Those for you too. If you want the phone.
You call it my phone talking about the Knicks. So when you talk about Trae Young didn't sweep us. Yo, Jason Tatum sent y'all home on a sweep in the Barclays, bro. Y'all got what Big Fair Breezy like to say? Y'all got barked on in the Barclays. Y'all got barked on in the Barclays. Don't talk to me about Trae Young when y'all got swept at home in the playoffs. Don't talk to me about Trae Young.
I didn't.
What you said, Jeffrey?
Yo, so I said that all that's cool, but y'all didn't make the playoffs.
All right,
yeah.
congratulations.
And then, right?
You got KD and Kyrie on your team just to make the playoffs. Congratulations, bro. Y'all achieved your ultimate goal of making the playoffs. Be proud of that, my man. Be proud of that.
Right, hey, y'all be saying that we got swept, we got stars, cool, but we didn't have no support for the stars, bro. So what's the point of having stars with no support? Now you gonna see this upcoming season is gonna be a whole different story. You gonna be taking a whole different story.
Bro, y'all had
supporting cast.
You know why y'all didn't have a supporting cast? Because your GM is trash and your coach is dumb. You feel me? Because
Leon.
Yo, what you talking
about? Our coach undefeated versus your coach, man.
You saying Leon, because we didn't do what y'all did to y'all team? What you crazy? Yo, y'all had it, and you talk and go back to talk about supporting cast. Y'all had an amazing supporting cast. Y'all had amazing supporting cast, but y'all let go the likes of the Bembry. Amazing supporting cast member. You
amazing supporting cast.
Yes, defensive energy. Yo, he helped y'all come back out in games last season. What are you talking about? What are you talking about? So Bembry, yo, I tell you, Bembry single-handedly. I watched Bembry single-handedly come back in the games and change the tide for you guys by himself, of energy.
Listen.
So you want to tell me he wasn't a solid role player? Y'all couldn't have used him?
Nah.
Now you bugging.
So you listen.
Shout out to my guy P.
Could you compare Bembry
to TJ Warren? Bro, TJ Warren might play 15 games this season. What are you talking about? TJ Warren ain't that nice. Y'all letting that one bubble year gas y'all up about him. He's not that nice. He's never been that guy. He's never been that guy. That one bubble. No, you sound crazy. Yo, do your Googles, bro. He had that one good bubble season, bro. That one good bubble season, and y'all acting like he a perennial all-star. He's not that guy.
Bro, nobody all-star, but he averaged like 4 career.
And you got to worry about him. Yo, people trying to. Yeah, not trying to be funny, bro. My fault, but people trying to call up the line, Brody. I just missed like two. I just missed like 2 calls, bro.
Good, man. Just get off your high horse, man.
Listen,
man.
That's Cap. That's Cap. I hope I see you on the 10th too, man. See, look, he ain't look. That took all that shit. There nobody want to pull up, man. Get off my phone. He took all that shit. Man.
He might pull up, man. You don't know, man. He might pull up, man.
Yo, whoever was just calling, my bad. Once somebody's on the line, I can't pick up. It don't even give me the option because I'm using the app. I ain't giving y'all fools my real number. So, excuse me. Yeah, there we go. Who run the city? Talk your shit.
Nets run the city. You already know, man.
Cap.
Yeah. Shout out to my guy YG22.
Cap, talk your shit, bro.
Check it though, bro. So, I like what the Knicks did, though. not giving in to those demands, to those trade demands. I will give them that.
Respect.
But let's be honest, though. When have the Knicks been relevant last time?
When we made the playoffs. Relevant. That was the year before last. We was on everybody's TV, on everybody's news channel. That's all everybody was talking about was how good the Knicks were. So that to answer your question, yeah. All right.
Okay. So just to recap here, the Knicks went all in to try to get Donovan Mitchell.
No, we didn't go all in.
I think
because if we don't went all in,
they was giving up R.J. Barrett and Mitchell Robinson. That's crazy.
Yeah, I think that was crazy too. I didn't want that trade to happen.
Right. So if the Knicks is so good, why are they so desperate to get? Why were they so desperate to get Donovan Mitchell?
Obviously we weren't that desperate because we turned down their last trade, Utah's last trade offer. Because if we were that desperate, we would have accepted Utah's last trade offer, and we didn't. So shout out to the Knicks for turning that down, and if we really wanted to get rid of R.J. Barrett, we wouldn't have extended him. We would have traded him before we extended him.
I agree.
So the Knicks made up their mind and said, "Yo, we gonna keep going with R.J. Barrett because y'all tripping." So the word desperate is misused there because that's not what the Knicks were. Desperation would have mean we would have gave into everything that Danny Ainge was asking for, and we did not do that. And shout out to the Knicks for that.
That's good money, man. But the fact of the matter is, they still starving. The Knicks fan base is starving for a star, a Donovan Mitchell, a Greek freak, LeBron, or whoever, KD. They always starving for a star.
So this is the funny part. So like I just this offseason started, getting into like Twitter, Knicks Twitter, and you could really gauge the posts of the Knicks fandom on there. And when this trade didn't go through, there was people that was upset, but for the most part, it was more of a sigh of relief that it didn't go through, and that we didn't give up all the things that we gave up. Now, what makes it seem that way is the media. The media hypes everything up. We got a term, and we call it Knicks for clicks. You feel me? These guys get on these platforms and they talk crazy, and the Knicks fans want this and that, and they be capping, bro. Like, for instance, Stephen A. Smith. Don't judge the Knicks fans by Stephen A. Smith. He don't speak for none of us. You feel me? And every Knicks fan will tell you that. Stephen A. Smith don't speak for. He don't speak for none of us. You feel me? And for the most part, there's some people that are upset, but for the most part, a lot of people are content with the fact that we did not make that move, and I'm happy about that. You feel me? But yo, if you ain't got
the Knicks credit on that one, I'm gonna get a Knicks credit on that one. But let me get to the Nets real quick.
Yeah.
Okay, so what people are not looking at is the X factor of the Nets. You know what that X factor is?
What?
Ben Simmons.
I mean, if he shows up.
It's not Ben Simmons. It's not per se Ben Simmons scoring or just his passing ability or anything like that. It's his perimeter.
Pass me that.
That's going to take pressure off KD, Kyrie, and some of the other guys to not over-exhaust themselves on the defensive end because they're going to be reliant on more to score. So that's what people sleeping on.
I don't
Ben
think
Simmons' defense.
I don't think anybody's sleeping on it. You feel me? Everybody knows Ben Simmons is a tremendous defender. But I also feel like with all the other weapons, people are going to be forcing Ben Simmons to shoot the basketball. Like that's going to be the. If I was a,
Not if you put him at the forward.
I mean, you gonna play him
I'm
at
not
the.
starting Ben Simmons at the point guard.
Yeah, listen, you gonna put Ben Simmons at the 4 some of the times, but he ain't really built like that to be playing 4 a lot. You feel me? Like
I don't know, man. It
really
might be a
built
good
like,
look for the Brooklyn Nets.
he not when he start playing some of the bigger 4s in the NBA. That's not gonna be a good look for him. I don't think he has the body frame to play that position on a consistent basis. I'm not saying that he can't play it sometimes, but consistently, night after night, running 4, and as his primary position, nah, I don't think that's gonna work out well for y'all. Yeah, you know I mean, but if I was any team in the NBA, Ben Simmons on the court, we shoot it, shoot it, because that's all you getting from us. Shoot it.
That's why he get at the 4, because of that very reason.
But you gotta understand too. That's why they bringing in guys like Markieff Morris, Waterby, like these other guys, T.J. Warren. So when you put the lineup together, you gotta make sure that you have Ben Simmons in a spot to where he can thrive at. Whether that's at the 4, the 3, the 2, the 1, and that's what's good about Ben Simmons. He got that versatility.
Yeah.
So that's why I think he's playing.
No, I agree. Ben Simmons is definitely a person that you could move for multiple positions. But if you talk about consistently playing the 4, when he has to play like some of the stronger guys in the NBA at that position, and you're going to say that's his primary position, mostly you're going to play him there, I don't think that's going to work. You feel me? I could be wrong. I don't have a crystal ball, but I'm just saying. I don't think that's going to work.
It will work.
Because just because he's 6'10", that don't mean he can play 4 all the time. You know what I mean? Like
he's stronger than KD.
You got some guys,
and he can rebound.
You got some guys that are 7 feet but are way better 4s than they are 5s. You feel me? So we'll see.
That's true, and you still got Claxton too.
At 5.
So depending on the matchup, you might want to swap the 2. It's basketball, man.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, we only time will tell, my man. You feel me? Only time will tell. You feel me?
Yeah, I agree.
Yo, I appreciate you for calling. I'm gonna make sure the lines is clear.
Just want to shout you out, man. Shout out my man, big fan Breezy. That's my homie, man. I'm Unpopular Opinion Sports, man.
Oh, yeah. Shout out to you, man. Oh, bet. Yo, Breezy, you got the link to his stuff?
Yeah. I always support his page. You know that.
Yeah, send that. So I could check you out, bro. Pause. You know what I mean? I'll holler.
All right, fellas.
All right, later.
Real quick, man. Unpopular Opinion Sports. I was on his live like earlier this week, and it's about all New York sports: Brooklyn Nets, New York Mets, the Jets, the Giants, and the Knicks, and the Mets and the Yankees. So, yeah, his show is fire. Subscribe to his page. You know what I'm saying? Y'all should link with him, man. He got a dope podcast.
Yo, it's always funny, right? How I do this show for real, right? We be here, and I got a good memory of when people be calling up, right? And yo, y'all only hype the call up now because y'all happy that y'all begged KD to stay, and he said okay, and y'all think y'all got something to laugh about when it comes to the Knicks. But when y'all lost, where were y'all? None of y'all Net fans was calling up, bro. What happened? We didn't hear from y'all for weeks. We didn't hear from y'all for weeks. But we got another caller. My fault.
Go ahead.
Who run the city? Take a shit. Yo, who run the city? Talk your shit.
Yo, you already know. Knicks run the city.
My guy Flash
in the building.
You already know the vibery.
It's in the building. You know the vibery. Talk about it. Shout out to the guys, man. Now I got to call up, bro, for sure.
I appreciate you.
Right.
What's good, Brody?
Appreciate you.
All right, so why is everybody talking about this guy, Stephen A. Smith? First of all, people talking about ESPN don't got predicted the Knicks to be in the playoffs. ESPN had the Nets to win the title 2 years in a row, and how'd that turn out?
That's a fact.
That's number one, but why y'all talking about, y'all ain't talking about that?
We can talk about it.
Number
Yeah,
two.
that's all y'all talk about, actually.
We all know this one. I'm about to say this is known fact. Breezy, don't sit here advocate Ben Simmons, all right? You didn't want him, Breezy. Why you
He
sit
ain't got the
advocate
heart.
for him, all
What
right?
Yo, Franz, what he said?
You
He
didn't
ain't got the
want him,
heart.
bro. You didn't want him, bro. Why are you advocating for him? You did not want him.
It's a fact.
And you said this on the podcast that you didn't want him.
Yo,
That's
I
the
was
bet.
the one trying to tell him Ben Simmons could be a good fit for the team.
Word.
He's like, no.
He said, I don't want him. Nah, don't advocate for him now.
He said he ain't got the heart. He woke up that yellow brick road looking for courage. That's what he said. That's what he said. Those exact words. Now, my boy up here like, yeah, Ben Simmons going through. Nah, we don't believe you. You need more people.
Also, no, people, us real Knicks fans, Ben took Stephen A. Smith's fan pass for the Knicks. Like, nah, you're not a fan. No, we take that. Thank you very much. You won't be having that anymore. You know?
Yeah, that's hilarious, bro.
I'm going to say one more thing because I want to hog up the phone and I'm going to let somebody else call up, whatever.
Yeah, bro.
Joshy, please, next time you call up Joshy, bro, and before I say this, we fuck with you, bro. You're a cool dude, bro. But next time, before you call up, know what you can about the Knicks, all right? The Knicks is worth $6 billion right now, bro. Where we at in debt, bro? Look it up if you think I'm lying.
Not even salary-wise, you could say we in debt. That's not true.
And before, if we not even into the season, and the Knicks is worth $6 billion.
It's a fact.
And let's not forget, Knicks fans, in another year, the cap is almost about to double. So that means we're going to have extra available space.
It's a fact.
Why y'all worried? Chill out, Knicks
Who
fans.
worried?
No.
You talking about Knicks fans is worried.
But
We
you
damn
might
sure ain't
be on
worried.
the call up, man. I ain't want to hold up too much.
I appreciate you, Fraz, for calling up, bro.
I hope he's still pulling up next week,
All right,
man.
good looking, man.
All right, later. All right. Yeah, listen, man. Y'all be worried about the wrong things, man. Yeah, that's a fact, Big Phil Breezy. Like, I'm like, what in Ben Simmons basketball play have you seen that made you change your mind? Because you can't, it can't be anything because he hasn't played basketball since you said the things you said about him.
No, well, first and foremost, I'm standing on what I said because in that same series,
Which part are you standing on?
I'm telling you, in that same series, he didn't, shoot the ball like somebody that's trying to win, and I feel like the only thing that's changed is him becoming the Brooklyn Nets. I still feel like he got something to prove. I back him in the sense that he's a Brooklyn Nets, but far as me vouching for him, saying that anything more than something to prove, the whole energy of the fan base to the Brooklyn Nets and the players on the Brooklyn Nets, to me, is something to prove. Ben Simmons, Kyrie Irving, and KD, all three of them are not above this season and them having something to prove. And I think that's the common thread between all three of those stars, and they're going to have to show up.
Bro.
So I back Ben Simmons because he's a Brooklyn Nets. Other than that, I would not back him. If he went to the OKC, I would not back him. If he went to Chicago Bulls, I would not back him. Because he's a Brooklyn Nets, I back him. I mean, it's that simple.
Bro,
I wanna see him do good because he's on this team.
Yo, bro, you literally been talking to something to prove shit since last season. You've been. It's the same speech, bro. It's the same exact speech that you gave before last year's season start. Yeah, this person,
It's the truth,
this
though.
certain person got something to prove, and ain't nobody proved shit. Not one thing.
KD did. KD
Not
did.
one thing. KD do what KD does. You feel me? That
No, but what I'm saying is to answer your question, you said nobody proved nothing, but KD did. Before he got injured, he had the team 21-9, and we were in first place. So, in respect of that fact, yeah, I feel like he did prove something, but he got something more than prove, and he have to prove it here, not just leaving us and going somewhere else. So he was right.
He didn't want to. I mean, he didn't want to prove it here. It took the owner and the GM to beg him to stay.
I don't know what the discussion was, but I'm glad he put Nash on the hot seat.
They was the opposite. They went from men to boys. They was down on bending knee. I'm down on bending knee. Baby,
maybe
come
y'all
back
should be on
to
bending
me.
knee, begging Ewing for his remorse.
Bruh,
because I looked at the stat, and it's not just Cat, bro. I seen what it was. For real.
You know, it's mad funny. I'm not wasn't gonna say it was Cat. I'm just saying that was a wild deflection. But go ahead. Like you just took that. You just 180 the whole conversation. But go ahead.
No, I'm gonna bring it back. Listen, I said that out of respect for the fact that y'all traded him the very next year after he took y'all to the finals. Y'all said that y'all said that, but in the very next year, he got y'all to the finals. In the very next year, y'all traded him. Y'all won 18 playoffs. Hold on.
No, I'm correct. I'm gonna correct the inaccuracy. He did not get us to the finals. Sprewell and Allen Houston got us to the finals. He was injured most of those playoffs. But go ahead.
Well, he won 18 playoff series with the New York Knicks before Sprewell and Houston took y'all to the finals. And y'all won 81 playoff games. And y'all only won one in 2013 since then. So the karma y'all not doing right by Ewing is hitting y'all now. So
that's a lot of
my point. Hold on, let me get to my point. So it could come all the way back. My point is maybe we did do too much for KD and asking him to come back. Maybe we didn't. I don't know. And again, the fans and how the front office see the superstar player is different. The way y'all did Patrick Ewing, front office and fans, I say I did him dirty. And y'all deserve the comment that y'all getting right now by missing the playoffs.
This is what I'm saying about a whole bunch of cap and not really knowing what you're talking about. You read a few inserts and you think you know what you talk about, but you don't, bro. And I'm gonna tell you why.
I know statistically, right?
I'm gonna tell you.
Right.
I'm gonna tell you why. Right. When before the trade, the reason why the team has struggled is because of the new ownership. James Dolan took over around that same time. That's number one. Two, nobody do Patrick Ewing dirty. You feel me? But because what everybody failed to want to recognize and realize is the fact that Patrick Ewing was 36, 2 bad knees, and just torn his Achilles.
But the very next season, he played like 79 games.
And what was his stats? They were abysmal. He wasn't getting no.
Doing like Miami did Haslam. That's why Pat Riley left y'all.
First of all, no, that's not why. That's not why. See, again, saying stuff that you know nothing about. That's not why Pat Riley left. Because Pat Riley wanted front office control, and he wanted the coach. And the Knicks is like, nah, we're not giving you that. You feel me? I'm not saying whether they was right or wrong about that, but you're wrong about what you just said. And going back to what I was saying is, you talking about they wasn't doing that to people like that back in the day. And Pat wanted to get paid. So there's that. He wanted to get paid to be and play on the court at the same time.
What was the Knicks franchise before Pat got there? Before 85, what were y'all? Before y'all drafted him.
A two-time championship team? What are you talking
about? Obviously, that's in the 70s. I mean, after that, and before Pat, which was in 85, which he got drafted, right? If I'm correct.
Yes.
And Yeah, like, did he take y'all out the mud? Was y'all in the mud when he got there?
Bro, listen.
Because he was
So
first round
this-
draft pick, so y'all had to be doing terrible.
yes, he brought us back into relevancy, but you act like he wasn't he was the highest when he got after he got out his rookie contract 2 times. He was the highest player in the NBA. He was compensated great. His first re-up on contract, he was the highest paid player in sports, period. There was no player in any other sport that got paid. So as far as doing right by Patrick Ewing, I think the Knicks did well by doing right by him over his career. And then another thing you said that was in truth, the fans adore Patrick Ewing. What are you talking about? Every time Patrick Ewing come to the Garden, it is the most loudest and ruckus standing ovation you ever want to hear.
Yo, he plays 79 games the next season.
What was
65 games in his last season?
What was his point?
Make use of
what was his point per game average?
He averaged 9.6.
All right. So
that's not
good.
I don't know. I just think it's y'all karma because from what 2013 till now, that's 9 years. Y'all only won one playoff game.
All right, but you're still ignoring the fact that Patrick Ewing was washed up.
No, I'm not ignoring that fact. I'm saying y'all still should have took care of him. Look at Haslam in Miami.
Bro, what are you talking about taking care of him? He was taking care. That's my point of me telling you how much he was making. He was taking care of his whole career.
I'm talking about that last part to make him retire.
He should have retired after he tore his Achilles. It's obvious by his play. Like, you want to ignore all that stuff and just be, you sentimental.
No, 79 games is what I'm saying. That's a lot of games to say that he washed.
But he played, but he was trash. Like, what are you talking about?
What was Mitch stats last season? Did he average 26 minutes and 9 points? 43% from the field goal?
Bro, listen.
Mitch Robinson.
But and you talk about something different, that completely different roles. If Pat was still on
just asking.
You talk about somebody who played a completely different role. Like, you're comparing apples and oranges. You feel me? Like,
I'm just asking the stat. That's what I'm saying. I'm asking, what was his production? Did he play 79 games last season? I'm just saying that because y'all gave him a contract too, right?
Yeah.
So y'all gave him a contract. I'm asking, did he play 79 games?
And this is why I'm saying you comparing apples and oranges. Mitchell Robinson still in his early 20s, doesn't play a role as a primary scorer. He doesn't even get involved in the offense that much because that's not his job. And yes, he averaged double-digit rebounds. He's always in the tops and blocks in the NBA every year. So and when you're talking about comparing him to a guy that we should have kept that's 36 years old with 2 bad knees and a torn Achilles.
I'm saying y'all karma is this because y'all didn't take care of Ewing.
And I'm telling you that he was taking care of his whole career. I hear what you're saying. And I'm telling you, you're wrong.
No, I'm saying you're saying that he's washing like he was no good. I'm saying the next 2 seasons he played 79 games, bro. 65 games.
Just because you play,
this
is what I'm saying. You're wrong because just because you're on the court don't mean that you're good. You're scoring 9 points and you're only shooting 43% from the field. That's not good basketball.
But who y'all replaced him with was his production more than that?
And you talking about
exactly.
You're talking about no. I'm gonna answer what you're saying, but I'm gonna get through my thought process. So don't exactly me. And you're talking about a guy shooting 43% when he takes most of his shots from around the basket. I love Pat, but we're not gonna ignore the facts and gonna try to act like you right because he played games and was bad. The Knicks I think Patrick Ewing played himself by trying to play more and not retiring. The Knicks made sure that Patrick Ewing was well compensated for his skill level his whole entire career. So now at the end, you be like, yeah, I know that you paid me the most than any other NBA player in my time period, but give me some charity now. No. You should retire. You are hurt. And not to mention, he did play those games, but that season, that he played the last season for the Knicks, he barely played half of the season, and the season before he barely played half of the season then. So his track record of playing those last 2 seasons before we decided to move on wasn't even good. And these are all facts that I'm telling you.
I'm not debating the facts.
These are all facts I'm telling you.
The facts that I'm telling you is the same thing. You're giving me facts. Listen, the most losses in the NBA since 2001 season is the Knicks with 1,041. That's right after y'all traded Ewing and got him out of
And
there.
I'm saying that's because of ownership. The ownership.
I'm saying it's the Ewing curse.
But look, you talking about something that really is not tangible. Like you throwing that in the wind and it's a curse. But I'm telling you, it's actual tangible proof that was the ownership. Hiring Isaiah Thomas. Isaiah Thomas running rampant, giving everybody bad contracts, trading away all our first round picks. You feel me? That's tangible. You feel me? Then it's after Isaiah Thomas hiring Phil Jackson and Steve Mills to do that job and them doing a horrible job. You feel me?
Yeah.
So you talking about mystic witches in witchcraft that's in the air. Oh, it's karma. But I'm telling you about the actual tangible thing.
Well,
see, Mark, you don't again. You don't even know what you're talking about because James Dolan took over the Knicks in '99. That was Patrick Ewing's last year.
Oh, so James Dolan the reason why he didn't get the contract.
His father was the owner. His son took over after. Again, not knowing what you're talking about, but you're going to talk about, I'm just loud and don't know what I'm talking about. But here you coming, not even giving accurate information. James Dolan Sr., the father, was the owner. And then in 99, James Dolan took over. So that's what I mean by the different ships and ownership. It was a different person running the shit. My point.
Yeah, listen. Okay. My point, even if you're right, I'm still right. Even if you don't call it karma, the stat remains the fact of y'all not winning without him. That one superstar, that one player.
Whoever called back
again.
My fault. Whoever called back again.
As good as Carmelo was, as good as all of these players that came and left, fact is that there is no one player that gave y'all dominance the same way Ewing did.
Bro, first of all,
it's over with.
It's not over with. The league was different when Patrick Ewing took over, and Melo, when he came here, we had a nice little run, but they never put another good team around Melo again. There was never a good, like after we made the second round, there was never another good team around Melo again. Never. You feel me? So again, and that has to do with what? Ownership in the front office. But keep your mystics again. Yo, first of all,
I don't care. I don't care if it's how you
hold on. Let me address something. Don't come in my comment with no clown emojis, bro. If you can't understand and take and disagree respectfully, one yourself. I'll block you. You feel me? Because we don't do that here. Like I yell at him, he yell at me sometimes. I ain't never call that grown man a clown or nothing about a sports take. You feel me?
That's true.
So if you can't do that, one yourself. You heard? Or I'm gonna block you. It's just that simple. I don't need you as a fan, bro. You know what I mean? Now get to this caller. Who run the city? Who this?
Next run the city, TV Commission, baby.
You already know the vibery. Talk your shit.
Yeah, you know it's Friday. Friday is Cook Day. That's what should be the name. I'm glad my boy Greasy taking his time out, to learn more about his European history. He's learning about Patrick Ewing and stuff like that. Keep up with document, all right?
You already know.
Peace.
Appreciate you.
I think that was La. I know La. That's my guy.
Yeah.
It's hard to make out what he was saying though. Shout to La. But yeah, man. Yo, man, it's always gonna be up there when it come to the Knicks. It's a rivalry, bro. It's a rivalry. We went through mad shit because of the Knicks, man. I don't even know if people understand how much shit we went through, like on some real shit. we for one, and I'm gonna do a vlog on this, a whole separate vlog on this, because of the Knicks and not getting into New York. We went through what 1, 2, 3, what 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 different homes from getting blocked from playing in Manhattan. We had 8 different homes. The Barclays is the 8th, and we've been here for 10 years. The only time we played anywhere else more than 10 years is the Izar Center, and we did that, I think, 29 years, if I'm correct. But we here now, man. You know what I'm saying? We here now, and we run the city, and I think it's stay calmer, man. I think because y'all blocked this out and we rivals, I think part of the karma is us running the city. That's just my take. But that being said, it ain't all about beating the Knicks, and we do got a lot to prove as a basketball team. And I'm looking forward to seeing it. But I don't see the Knicks beating us on November 9th. I feel like we win that.
You talk a lot about karma, but never want to talk about the karma that y'all faced in the playoffs, though. Like that was a lot of that's a lot of karma.
Did,
you didn't call it karma. Good. You didn't call it karma. You didn't call it karma like you call it Patrick Ewing karma, because because from what I was seeing, it was a lot of karma. Yeah, see, there's a lot of karma, but if that's what you believe in, if that's the mystic and forces in the universe you believe in, from where I'm sitting, you didn't call it karma. You didn't say that was our karma for not signing signing the coach. You feel me? You didn't say that was our karma for trading.
I didn't use that word, but I definitely addressed that. I've vlogged about it.
You like to use karma a lot about Patrick Ewing, but you don't want to talk about your karma when it comes to trading. They traded away all of the draft picks to get what you would call it, Kevin Garnett and Paul Pierce.
But I did address that, and I said the whole thing about Kevin Garnett and Paul Pierce.
No, I think that was I'm not talking about you addressing it. I never said you didn't address it. I'm just saying you didn't call it karma, since you want to sit up karma. Yeah, I mean, you don't want to call it karma that Kenny Atkinson got a ring and y'all got swept in the first round. Like, why we ain't calling that karma? If that's what we believe in.
Yeah, y'all could call it karma. I think
I don't want to call it karma because I don't believe in it.
Okay, but yeah, I think Sean Marks, he should have learned this lesson from all of the people that he kept and all the people that he let go. He got to know who to invest in, and I think you can't skip investing in players that come from the draft. I think they're always going to show more loyalty than free agents that come to the team. I think basketball teams and GMs and owners should know that loyalty comes more from a draft pick than a free agent. And I guess that's our karma getting James Harden. We put our whole future and all the draft picks we would have got into James Harden, trading a draft pick in Jared Allen. So yeah, the Brooklyn Nets got lessons to learn as well. But while we learning them, we run in the city. You know what I'm saying? Definitely.
Yeah, you talk a lot about running the city, but y'all ain't bring nothing to the city to run it. Like, what are you talking about?
Yeah. I mean, since and I keep saying
they said
we were down.
What my man Styles P said, he said,
and then we got the wins.
He said, niggas say they run the city, never seen them do shit. And that's a fact. Niggas say they run the city, never seen them do shit.
He wasn't talking about the Brooklyn Nets. He wasn't talking about the Brooklyn Nets. Bro, I heard that song, one of my favorite songs. But trust me, he wasn't talking about the Brooklyn Nets.
I didn't say it. I'm just saying I'm using that line. Niggas say they run the city. Never seen them do shit.
It's not fair for you to say that. We beat y'all. I mean, the name of the podcast is Who Run the City, and we got more wins. But when the podcast started, we had less wins. We were down by 4. We won all of those games to make it even. And then we went up 4. So that's what we did. We tied it.
We have the same discussion all the time. And I tell you, it's like, yo, y'all won. Hats off to y'all. Y'all won those 2 seasons. But I'm saying, like, running the city is more than just winning games. Like, y'all don't have the heart in the pulse of the city. Y'all don't.
More than just winning games.
Y'all don't. Y'all don't have the heart in the pulse of the city. Y'all don't.
Bro, I'm not going to pretend and like there's more Nets fans than Knicks fans. I'm not saying that. But what I am saying is, when it comes down to the energy of the city. We ain't y'all little brothers. We definitely don't feel like that. We feel like we here and we were supposed to been here and we moving around. And either y'all gonna be in the way or y'all not. And when y'all was in the way those 4 times last season, we took care of y'all, cleaned y'all, sweet work. And as much as y'all say that we struggle, y'all competitive. And it's always gonna be competitive between the city games. I know this, but we still sweep y'all up. So regardless, as long as the name of this podcast is Who Run the City and we winning games, I'm considering us city champions. The Brooklyn Nets are city champions. We are not NBA champions yet, but we are city champions.
Look, y'all talk about how desperate the Knicks are. You know how desperate y'all are for anything named championship. Y'all had to make up one yourselves. That screams desperation. We are the city champions.
We the city champions. We the best team in the city, and y'all okay with it. Y'all okay with it the same way y'all was okay with it when we was.
What you talking about?
Y'all okay
we
with
ain't
it?
Okay with nothing. What you talking about?
Y'all okay with us running the city?
What are you talking
y'all
about?
With it?
What are you talking about?
Get
No,
comfortable.
First, you don't even run the city. And who said if y'all did, we'd be okay with it? Like, how's that even? You're not even making sense right now. Like, who says that?
What I'm saying is, right, as much as y'all may disagree with any of the big media expectations, what are the expectations for the roster? What is a successful season for the Knicks next season? Let's start there.
I told you my expectations already. You feel me? I told you my.
But what's considered success? Not your expectation, but what do you consider success? You know, your expectations was to make the playoffs last season. It didn't happen. So I'm asking, like, what is a success? Because y'all, again, like you said, y'all not a contending team. So what is success for the Knicks going forward next season?
Again, when Leon Rose came to this team, he said what the plan was. We was what, about 4 years away from being a contending team, right? So any step forward from last year is considered successful. You get back on track to what the goal was. You feel me?
Yeah.
So that's considered successful for us because the goal is still a ways away. You feel me? Because we still waiting.
What's the ways? What's the window actually? What's the actual window?
I just said that in the beginning of what I was just saying.
You said what, 2024?
I said Leon Rose. This is Leon Rose's 3rd year. He said 4 to 5 years. You feel me?
Oh yeah.
We talking about So any step forward is successful. You feel me? Like any step forward.
So last season was not successful.
So not making the playoffs was not successful, and I said that already. You feel me? Like,
so you took a step forward, then a step back.
I mean, and that happens. That happens with any plan. You feel me? Ain't no plan is a straight path to success. You feel me?
Same as us. We especially went to the second round, then we got swept. So.
Especially when you're not loaded up to win now. You feel me? Like, especially when you're not loading up to win now, right? So, like I was saying, like that's you mark success by the growth of your young talent too. You want to see what RJ Barrett does this season. You want to see if he could take that next step in his growth. You want to see how Jalen Brunson meshes and continues to grow with the Knicks. You want to see the rest of the young guys continue to grow and win games in doing it, right? Because at a certain point in the next couple years, you're going to have to make a decision to shit or get off the pot with some of these guys, right? So that's the difference. Because, I mean, you know, a lot of people who is a joke. The Knicks be rebuilding for however many years. Knicks ain't never really rebuild the right way. Never done it. We never done it since Patrick Ewing. We've never rebuilt the right way. What happens is when we switch regimes, we trade away all our young people and our draft picks, and we try to get some names in here, whether it's old washed up people or whatever. But it's never been a real rebuild of building through the draft and smart free agent signings. And that's the part that we in here right now. You feel? That's the part that we at right now.
So being layman and blatant, layman's terms of blatant. If y'all get past the first round, that's considered success.
I think at this stage, because I'd see us as a 6 seed. I don't really see us making it out the first round as is right now, right?
Okay.
So if we make it past the first round, that's a tremendous success as the roster is constructed right now. Because I still feel a couple guys on our team need another year to continue to develop. I need quickly to get another year to take another leap. I need Obi for another year to take another leap. I need to see what Cam Reddish could give us if he's going to stay in it. I need to see Quentin Grimes continue to develop before I'm like, yeah, these guys, yeah, we gonna make noise in the playoffs because these guys are at that. Remember, a lot of our guys are mad young. You feel me? Are mad young. So, again,
for what it's worth, they first round picks, right? Quickly.
No,
Obi.
quickly is Obi is, yeah.
Grimes.
Those two are Grimes is a second round pick.
Second round.
Yeah.
But quickly, Randall, Obi,
yeah,
Mitch.
yeah.
RJ.
No, Mitch is a second. Mitch is a second round pick.
Mitch is a second.
Late second round at that.
Okay. Because it seemed like y'all got some first round picks on your team. You know what I mean?
And this is my point
Brunson,
about
what was Brunson?
And this is my point about us building the right way. You feel me? It's about us building the right way. It's about us taking the time to evaluate talent and grow those guys. You feel me? And grow those guys. So this is the first time in my lifetime that I've seen the Knicks do it since Patrick Ewing. Like literally grow. Literally grow the team the right way. And my point was that's because of management and ownership. Ownership was more like it was more chasing getting back into relevancy quick in that New York minute. We trying to get back to the spotlight now versus taking time to develop the team the right way, which is what we're doing. Because we literally could have blew up the team this year.
I feel like y'all made it Randall team last year, and now it's solidified that it's RJ's team, especially with that contract. But that's just me being a Nets fan. I feel like it's definitely RJ's team.
I mean, RJ's contract is not more than Julius. Like RJ Barrett is 120, but it's 120 with incentives. It's 107 over 4 years, and he has incentives to get him to 120. Mm-hmm. So essentially, it's still not even RJ's team. Like RJ still has to prove a lot before it's his team. You feel me?
You think Randall proved more that he could run the team, or it's his team than RJ?
I think 2010-5 says a lot. You feel me? And we talking about 2010-5 on a year that we all could agree was bad. Right?
Yeah, it was bad.
We all could, but it was still 2010-5. And we was asking Julius Randle to do a lot that he's not built to do. You feel me? Like, run the point forward. I think that's a horrible decision to have him, and it was for lack of a better option. Excuse me. Because if you, like, again, I said, Randle, I mean, yeah, the team didn't really start having success, and Randle didn't really start going crazy the year that we had the playoffs until Derrick Rose got there. You feel me?
Right. Yeah, I do.
When he had a real point guard, that's when Julius Randle started going crazy. And I feel like that's the same thing this year. You know what I mean? People sleeping on Brunson. Y'all saw what that man was doing in the playoffs after Luka went down. He was balling out. Crazy. And remember, that man is still only like 25 years old. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not saying that he's going to be a perennial all-star, but I'm saying that he's the solid point guard that we need for this team. We don't need him to be a 20-point scorer. That's not why we brought him here. You feel me? We brought him here to organize offense and make life easier for RJ Barrett and Julius Randle and the rest of the team. In those crucial moments where we lost a lot of games last season, which was in the fourth quarter because we couldn't get into offense because we didn't have a good point guard and Alec Burke was running point for us. We have that now. Somebody that consistently break down the defense, right?
Mhm.
And be a threat, not only passing the ball, but scoring too.
Yeah, I mean, it is all to me. It looked like the identity of the team. I'm looking at the team with the best pace. That's the stat I'm looking at and while I'm listening. And not necessarily the best team, has the fastest pace. Golden State Warriors, they're like 10 plus, something like that, maybe 12. The fastest team was Minnesota. The slowest team was the Dallas Mavericks. So sometimes the stats don't tell a story. The Knicks is on here, and maybe and that like second to last. So, but Miami is third to last, and look how far they went. And that look how far Dallas went. So again, some of the stats I don't get into all of the stats because I don't feel like they tell all of the stories sometimes. Sometimes you just got to study the game a little more. And ultimately, I think the stat that was blaring for the Brooklyn Nets was the defensive stat. We were ranked 20th going into the postseason. It's not winning basketball. I think with Ben Simmons and Royce O'Neal and just in general the new pieces and KD coming back, I think we go from top 10. I think we go to a top 10 defensive basketball team next season, and I'm hoping so because no winning team can match basket for basket. And to add to that, what we were saying about Looney and earlier, the significance of him being essential for the Warriors was the offensive rebounds that he accumulated for Curry and Clay. So, yeah, rebounding is huge too. Those are two departments that's going to help the Brooklyn Nets become a better basketball team. That's defense and rebounding. And I think we get both of that with a Ben Simmons and some of it with a Royce O'Neal. And again, the Brooklyn Nets fans is looking at the front office like, why I didn't add a piece yet? We still need a center. But the Brooklyn Nets are a cool, calm, and collective. Like Nick Claxton and Day'Ron Sharpe is all we need. So the fans in the front office right now, we're not seeing eye to eye. We really want to get DeMarcus Cousins in here. We glad we got Markieff Morris, because if anybody is going to have leadership on the Brooklyn Nets, it's going to be from him. Everything that happened with KD, I think his leadership is a little in question, but maybe some of the young, it'll go over easy with some of the young guys in their second year. But as far as a vocal leader, I think we might get that in Markieff Morris. And just identity-wise, I don't think we're a team that needs to play fast. We could play. I don't know what kind of pace we will have next season. I'm again with all of these new pieces. It's hard to say where the chemistry gonna come from. Besides the second unit with Day'Ron Sharpe, DJ, Cam Thomas, and Kessler Edwards. Other than that, Katie and Kyrie got to show me chemistry. Ben Simmons as well. And again, ultimately, as a fan, I feel like we got something to prove. That's why I'm not even talking heavy. I kind of just wanted to get into before we left. I just kind of wanted to answer Barry's question. He said who we got 1 through 6. If you want, you could go first. Or I could go.
You can go.
1 through 6 in no particular order. I got the Brooklyn Nets. I got the Philadelphia 76ers. I got Milwaukee. I got Boston. I got Miami, respectfully. And that last 6 seed, I give it to me, it's a toss up between Atlanta Knicks and Cleveland. I think 6, 7, and 8 is going to be tough. I think it was going to be more the same from last season. But if I had to choose, just to answer your question, bro, I'll say the Knicks in good faith. I'll say the Knicks be 6 seed in good faith. But don't. As a betting man, I wouldn't make that bet. But that's my top 6 in no particular order.
So I'm gonna try to put it in order, right? I'm
The Bulls over the Knicks.
I'm going Boston number 1.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going Milwaukee number 2. I'm going Philly 3, Miami 4, the Nets 5, And like I said, the Knicks making the playoffs, so the Knicks 6.
Mark got jokes. He don't believe the Knicks gonna be in 6 seed.
I mean,
Uh,
I don't
we'll
care what he
see, man.
believes. You feel me? Just like he disagree with my takes, I disagree with his. So
The
there's that.
six, I think that the play-in makes it more competitive. Do you? You feel like the NBA more competitive since?
Absolutely. I mean, it definitely brings more excitement towards the ending of the season, moving into playoffs. You feel me? Uh, with at least 2 of those games being sudden death off the rip. You feel me? Like for certain teams, like it's like yo, win or lose, win or go home situation, definitely. And you know, it gives teams something that's on the cusp of being out of the playoffs, something to fight for at the end of the season. You feel me? Like the
Yeah.
lower echelons teams is now fighting to possibly make the play in. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, which is dope.
Yeah. You think?
Yeah.
What about the What about that rule? Well, I'll say this, and then I'll ask you. I feel like that new rule last season that was implemented to make the offensive player get a foul called on an offensive player if they try to draw the foul. I think it helped the NBA.
I love that call.
Yeah, I think the refs could do some fine tuning, but
Yeah.
ultimately, I feel like it's good for the NBA, and I'm glad they did it.
Yeah. I mean, I think it's beautiful because I think honestly, you know, guys searching for fouls was kind of ruining the game for me. Like, I hate to see it. You feel me? Like guys hooking guys' arms and dragging them into a foul. Like, I hate to see it, bro. I hate to see it.
Yeah. Now listen.
I hate to see it, bro. You feel me? Like I think that was ruining the game for me. Guys doing stuff like I used to hate to watch Trae Young do this, like against anybody. You feel me? He come across the screen, he runs. Now you know the defender is trying to get back into position, and then you stop right in front of him.
Mhm.
Like, bro, that's not good basketball.
Yeah.
You feel me? That's not good. Tell my guy Jay I said, what's up, man?
All right, Jay, you gotta give me a minute, okay?
Yeah. Yeah, so
You said
I hear him, what's up? I hear him, what's up? It's my guy. Nah, but yeah, that stuff like that was ruining the game. Yeah, bro, I ain't gonna hold you, right? So I'm happy to see that they was fine tuning that because that was trash. That was trash. You feel me? Like I hated to see that. But yeah, I think it's other things they're gonna continue to do this stuff to continue to fine tune the game. You know what I mean? Like because and I think too last year the refs had a hard time too because what we didn't talk about a lot was too that there was a lot of new refs in the
because of the fucking COVID and all of that.
yo.
Yeah, I remember that.
Nah, Mark actually said something funny. Kyle will kick both our asses down because we disrespecting them. Yeah, that's
Yeah,
hilarious.
no, because he said they should be 6,
Yeah.
and respectfully, they got Drummond and they got Vucevic, so they got a front court as well as a back court, and he said they got a solid bench. Listen, I'm not debating with you, Pete. You might be right.
Yo,
you know what I mean? But this is what it's for, man.
I'm gonna say this. Too, I'm saying that Zach LaVine got an extensive injury history. You know what I mean? I'm not wishing injury on him. It's just it's going. I just posted that, bro.
I didn't mean to post that.
Yeah, and that's the thing. You feel me? I think DeMar DeRozan could carry him a lot of games because he's like that. But I don't know. I just don't see them sustaining success over the whole course of a season. And that's why I think like we might edge them out. Because I think we underlooked, we slept on, and we're gonna creep up and surprise a lot of people. That's why I got the Knicks at 6. You feel me?
Yeah. I don't sleep on the East at all. You know, I seen someone on Twitter. Twitter is saying that the East gonna win it this year. They think that the East is gonna win the championship this year. It's been interesting because LA won it, and since the decade change, right? I think LA won it, then Milwaukee won it, then Golden State won it, Am I missing a team, or just that's how it went from the bubble to LA, then Milwaukee, then Golden State. So that's West, East, West. You might go back to the East.
I mean,
I
the
don't
East
know,
is tough,
man.
man. The East is tough because I was looking. I was when I was doing my order. I was looking at uh the and I'm looking at the standings of from last year, and I'm thinking about like who's on what team now, and I'm like, wow. Like I got to get my league pass. You feel me? I got to make sure I got my league pass because every night is gonna be a good game on, bro. You feel
Yeah,
me? Like every night is gonna be a good game on, especially in the East. And for the first time, like in a long time, I'm looking at the West, and I'm like, a lot of these teams ain't really that good. And I
yeah,
don't remember the last time I could say that the East like considerably is better than the West as a whole. You feel me? Like I could say that the East is considerably better than the West as a whole, and that's
yeah. No,
fire.
it's looking like it. Yeah, no, it's definitely looking like it. You know what I'm saying? Shit, I'm excited because you know, the I see more East games than West games, and for a long time, the West was been looked at as the more fun game with more points being scored. But now, with the way the teams are in the East is looking like they're having more fun playing basketball. We still got that toughness, but I don't know, man. I feel like the game's been exciting for the East Coast lately, man. And again, our division, two seasons in a row, the winner of our division went to the Eastern Conference Finals. No, that's not true. Milwaukee won it last time, and they won to the finals. But Boston won it last season, and they went. But yeah, Milwaukee and Chicago, they in the same. They in the same division. I
Yeah,
don't know if I don't know if Chicago getting past Milwaukee, and they play them 4 times. So that's tough. I mean, you got a point though, Mark. You do, but I don't know, man. They might make 6, they might not, but I definitely see it being tough. If you look at the standings last season, it was a lot of the same record for a while. You know what I'm saying? Like it was this. We had the same standings, and the standings it was even, and that was tight between like 4, 5, and 6. You
yeah,
know what I mean? So I'm anxious to see what happens, man.
yeah. Nah, for real. Uh, yeah, man. It's going. I can't wait. Well, we like 47 games, 47 days out from NBA basketball. You know
I
what I
think
mean?
29 days.
Now that's when I think that's when training camp start, right? Because
Yeah.
training camp ain't that long. Training camp is like 2 weeks. Uh,
G League.
I mean,
Oh no.
yeah, tomorrow. I mean, he did do his thing in the playoffs. I'm not taking away that from Trae Young, but in the regular season, Trae Young gets smoked in the Garden. So I don't know, bro. He did his thing in the playoffs. Not take it away from that. You know what I mean? But in the regular season, he gets smoked in the Garden, and this is a fact. So there's that. You know what I mean?
You see that's what I'm saying. The way they built their team like they trying to compete as well, man.
And
Everybody's trying to compete. And
I
like
don't
you
think
said, like everybody's not a contention team, but Atlanta, they might feel like they got a shot. They went kind of far the year before. You know what I'm saying? These teams look like they really they not trying to wait. They trying to win now. You know, the Knicks are trying gave yourself that window where y'all waiting I guess another year or two to say that y'all in contention.
Mark,
But I
you're
don't
right.
know if that's the direction for these other teams, bro.
Mark, you're right. But what we was just talking about was seeding and standings, and we're talking about regular season stuff. You feel me? Like I'm not saying you're wrong, but I'm just saying for the conversation we was just having, we were just talking about regular season stuff. You know what I mean? It does
What do you
matter,
think
Mark.
about this list?
And Philly, Bucks, Nets, Celtics. I don't got the Celtics above. I mean, the Nets above the Celtics. Chicago
Okay.
5, Heat 6. Uh,
Think Boston falls a couple spots? Okay.
I think I think the Heat should go above Chicago.
Okay.
And I'm not gonna argue with anybody who don't have the Knicks at 6. I get why y'all don't have them there. You feel me? Like, so I'm not mad at this list. I just think the Celtics need to be bumped up. The Nets might need to be bumped down one. And I will switch Chicago and the Heat. That's just
shit. Now I kind of want to put mine in the order too. Fuck it. I'm putting the Nets at 1. I'm putting the Nets at 1 just because of what KD did. Like, respectfully, he did a lot without Harden and Kyrie. Shouldered the Nets, put him on his back, had us number 1 seed. When KD and Kyrie, and it was up to them without KD to see what they would do. Harden and Kyrie did not do or impact the Brooklyn Nets on the winning side the way KD did without Harden and KD. You understand what I'm saying? So when you say that what did these stars do for the team, I don't put KD in the same like with Kyrie and Harden. You know what I mean?
So,
KD outplay both of them.
I know what Kev meant by that. Kev meant by the ultimate goal. Like, what did that get you? Like the overall ultimate. I hear what you say. You feel me?
No, but that's me answering the question. I
hear what you're saying, but I know what Kev meant when he asked you the question about the overall.
Rhetorical question.
It's like the overall goal. Like, y'all didn't cheat. Y'all have all this star power, but y'all didn't achieve the ultimate goal. That's what he really meant by that. Yeah, I mean, but now I hear what you're saying. I ain't never got no knock on KD's, talent level. You ain't never heard me say anything about KD's actual basketball skill and acclimate, bro. You feel me? Never heard me do it. I'm never going to do it because he's nice for real. I just got questions about a lot of everything else.
I'm going to keep it real. So just to get it out, right? I got Nets at 1, Milwaukee at 2. I put Philly at 3. I like what they were doing last year. I think Miami falls off. I think Miami falls off. I think they fall to fight between 6 and 7. Not crazy fall off. And I think Boston is going to be fighting for that 2nd, 3rd, 4th spot. Like 1 through 4 is going to be tough the same way it was. But for what it's worth, I got Nets at 1, Milwaukee at 2. I put Boston at 3, and I put Philly at 4.
I'm not. I'm not mad at Mark's list either. Yeah, I mean, I'm not mad at that. I really feel like. I really feel like the top 4 teams in the East is super interchangeable, bro. Like, I think they just that close. I think they just that close on the talent level. That is like, it's a grab bag of like who's who. I feel like most of that with most of the East this year is just like, you gotta wait and see, bro. You can predict it, but who knows, bro?
Yeah, but a lot of games was decided in the 4th quarter, and you know that. And I'm not just doing this to pour salt in the wound, which I usually do. But again, y'all lost a lot of leads late in the game. As a matter of fact, y'all led the league in losing leads late in the game, and that's why y'all fell to, I guess, the 10th seed. Yeah. And shout to Just. I wanted to say this before we left. Shout to Just. I was hoping he called up. He's a Knicks fan that I met. I told him about the game on Saturday, September 10th. And also, I wanted him to really call up because he said he was at the game when Cam Thomas scored 16 in the 4th quarter. Said he was there, Knicks fans cheering. He said, you know what I mean? I wanted him to tell his side of the story. Like, so shout to him, man. Even if you catch this later, shout to you. And you know what I mean? Hopefully you call up one of these days, and hopefully you pull up on that Saturday and play some basketball.
Word.
But shout out to all the fans that be at the games. I'm definitely trying to get more active. Like I said, November 9th is the Knicks net game. I'm not necessarily saying me and T-Time going to be sitting next to each other, but I imagine both of us are being active.
Yes, Sirski. Yes, Sirski.
You know
and we about to get up out of here. You feel me? It's about that time. I got to go put this kid to bed.
Right. Subscribe.
Yeah. Like and subscribe and all that. But before we get out of here, since Big Fan Breeze was just talking about it, pull up on us, man. You know what I mean? Pull up on us.
Yeah.
September 10th, man. We at Brooklyn Bridge Park.
Right.
We at Brooklyn Bridge Park. We about to get it shaking, man. Like we out here, and I keep on reiterating so people really understand. So when they come to the park and I'm sitting there with some cognac in my cup, you know what I mean, and relaxing and just talking shit about other games, get there on time, man, because once I'm done playing, it's a wrap. I got 3 games in me. I got 3.
Yeah, it's gonna be interesting, man. Me and T-Tom definitely gonna get a rematch in one of those 3 games. I'm playing Kev, T-Tom, and I might play a 3rd game. I don't know if it's a 1v1 or 2-on-2, 3-on-3, but I'm definitely trying to play those 2 games, and I'm looking to probably get some more run with it.
Yeah, we got to get a full going, man, if possible. You feel me?
Yo, funny as hell, franchise. I'm working on my endurance. I'm working on my win, so that way I can make the 3 games.
Yo, Jay, I heard you got a prior engagement, man. But I wish you was coming, bro. Oh, my bro Fluke made the flyer, Jay. My bro Fluke made the flyer. You know what I mean? He saw the flyer I made and was like, nah.
For what it's worth, I like the flyer that T-Tom made, but this is definitely a dope flyer. Shout out to Jay Fluky. It's a dope flyer, man. What can I say? That looks like Dr. J flying.
That is Dr. J at the Rucker.
yeah, exactly. Hi, that's hard to top. That's pretty nice. You know what I'm saying?
So but yeah. So pull up, man. It's gonna be a good time. I promise you, it's gonna be a good time. If nothing else, it's gonna be a good time, man. And if you pulling up, make sure you rep your set, wear your paraphernalia, wear your jerseys, your t-shirts, all that, man. Because we outside with it. Yo, shout out to everybody pulled up. Shout out to everybody going crazy in the chat on Facebook and YouTube. You feel me? I think this is like one of the most YouTube comments we ever got, and that's mostly because of Mark Troller. You feel me? But
yeah, that's my guy though, man. Shout out to Mark, and he was who I was talking about last episode when I said that we did a song for his podcast. No, I was vlogging about that with me and Jay. But yeah, he had a podcast. It was a baseball podcast. Case in point, he was podcasting about 10 years ago. I never thought that I would be this much interested, but he was one of the first. I got a peek into what podcasting was when him and his guy Vaughn had a show called Double Play Sports Hour. Yeah. And me and Jay did the intro song, kind of like how Fluky and Pretty Boy Green did for his show. So shout out to him, man. That was a dope opportunity. I love and appreciate you for it, man. You know that.
Yeah, man. Shout out to him, even though he was getting on my nerve a little bit. But shout out to you, Mark.
Yeah, that's him, man. He does that, man.
Nah. It's all love, bro. You know what I mean? Yeah. I hope you pull up on next Saturday. You know what I mean? So we could play basketball after, have a drink together or something. You know what I mean? Same thing with everybody.
That's a fact. That's a fact. So, and I'm not leaving right after we play. Win or loss, I could lose all 3 games. I'm still staying. I'm not losing all 3 games. That's a fact. But I'm definitely chilling afterwards.
We hanging out for real, man. Because we didn't leave right away after we played the last time. We chilled for a minute. You know what I mean? And that's mostly because we all old and everybody was tired and sore. But
nah, I wanted to chill. I never like me and you. I always even with you. I always in the workspace with you, so it was cool to chill with you. I never met Barry before, J1 before. That was the first time linking with them, so that was dope. JJ, he's always fun. He always pull up.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. Nah, I enjoyed it, man. Like I said, this is making my summer like the best. So I'm hyped right now.
Yeah, nah, Mark. It ain't just gonna be, it ain't just gonna be breezy, bro. I promise you, it ain't just gonna be breezy, bro. You're right. It's gonna be me too. It's gonna be me too, bro. Because I ain't got it, bro. I promise you, I'm washed up. Word. Word.
Nah, I'm gonna be ready, man. I'm gonna definitely be ready, man.
Don't-
I know Tea Time and Kev is serious, man. I don't know what the fuck they doing to get ready. I
Yeah,
said
listen.
Tea Time at the park the other day,
Yeah.
so I know they serious.
Nah,
man.
I was at the park.
I know they.
I was at the park again today too. Me and my sister, we went out there. Word.
Okay.
Word. I would go tomorrow, but I'm on dad duty. You feel me? So we're gonna start this again on Monday. You heard? Like,
Yeah. I see your ass getting ready now.
yeah. Nah, man. I told you I gotta get my hit back, man. Word. Yeah,
man,
but
we had fun that day. That
that's
was
a fact. Yo, but I'm off this, man. Shout out to y'all, man. I holla.
Yeah, man. Appreciate y'all. Stay tuned. Like, share, comment, subscribe, man. See y'all next time.